From the selection of fresh ingredients, to the unique cooking skills, to the exquisite arrangement, all of them show our persistence and love for food. Entering our restaurant, you will be attracted by the Sun Valley. Whether it is warm lights, comfortable seats, or unique decoration, it will create a relaxing and pleasant dining environment for you. Our service team is warm and thoughtful, always paying attention to your needs and making you feel at home. Come to Sun Valley and let delicious food and beauty meet. Address Gure, next to Mary Queen Church. Order phone number 09-280-76300.
Driving in demanding environments can make your engine work harder, adding stress to all the internal components, making them wear out more quickly. Engine combustion produces ash and other deposits that can form a sludge, blocking vital oilways and restricting oil flow throughout your engine. ADNOC Voyager is specially formulated to guard against sludge buildup by cleaning your engine. ADNOC Voyager is certified by major car manufacturers and is engineered for optimum performance, ensuring maximum protection throughout the life of your engine. ADNOC Voyager. Drive with confidence.
In South Sudan's toughest environments, you need machinery that's built to last. Introducing Hitachi, Japanese engineering, trusted around the world. From quarries to construction sites, from mining to material handling, you need machinery that delivers performance you can count on. Hitachi construction machinery are engineered with unparalleled durability, innovative technology, and exceptional reliability. Amar's company is the authorized dealer of Hitachi construction machinery in South Sudan. Our product ranges include different sizes of excavators, wheeled loaders, backhoe loaders.
Environment authorities warn of worsening land degradation amid increased illegal logging in the country. Government reports drop in revenue collection at Nimule border post. And Jammus crowned champions of South Sudan Premier League. Hello, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to SSBC. I am Atiang Joseph. Environment authorities are warning against defiance of a directive to stop illegal logging activities which have become rampant across the country, particularly in central Equatorial State, posing serious environmental risks. The warning follows a meeting between the National Minister of Environment and Forestry, Josephine Napon Cosmos, and the acting governor of Central Equatorial State, Paulino Lukudu Obede, which focused on strengthening collaboration to curbing illegal logging and protect national reserves. This comes amid reports of ongoing illegal logging activities in Central Equatorial State. Both officials expressed a shared commitment to addressing these unlawful practices which are undermining environmental conservation efforts in the country.
And this is the center. Central Equatoria is at the center of the government. And anything we need to coordinate together, and we have to work together. And I told as the head of this ministry, people have been doing your meetings, you have been meeting. And I just want to ask you from now, you have to be meeting. The ministry cannot do things alone. The implementers of anything that comes out from the national government, it's actually the state to implement. If there is any order, if there is anything, it is actually the state government to implement, because we are not there on the ground. It is the state to implement in collaboration with the technical people from the Ministry of Environment. And the technical people have the right to give you all the techniques that you need to use when implementing any order or anything or any project.
But the main reason for this meeting is actually to enhance the cooperation between the National Ministry of Environment and Forestry and Central Equatorial State Government at large. Secondly, is for us to work together so that we protect the environment. Protection of the environment and protection of the forest is a multi-sectoral responsibility in which the people who are involved in the destruction of forests, not only just the business community like you had, some of them are members of the organized forces. And the vulnerable situation of these members of the organized forces deployed, especially in the border areas and in the counties, they are left to survive on their own. So they are very vulnerable to be misused by the businessmen and women doing this kind of logging. We need to coordinate our efforts so that at least we have to protect the forest reserve. We ensure that there is no smuggling of the forest products, and also we strengthen the security of the protection of our reserve forests, and we work together so that the intergovernmental linkage will be strengthened.
Now, shifting focus to strengthening child protection, the government and development partners have renewed their commitment to enhancing efforts aimed at safeguarding children and other vulnerable groups. This follows the conclusion of a national child protection conference in Juba. SSBC's Abate Simon Godo reports.
Direction that will guide child protection programming in the next.
The conference also recommends key stakeholders to child care to ensure supporting community-based child protection services and mechanisms through capacity building. The Minister of Labor and Industrial Development, who is the acting Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, James Hosmai, challenged the Ministers of Gender, Child and Social Welfare in the country to work hard with the partners to meeting various forms of child education.
Of social workers so that they work with UNICEF, those of child protection. But please be also independent mentally. Don't put your hope to anybody else. You maintain some of it. If I support you, use whatever I support you well so that you can actually advance. Let us be innovative.
The Undersecretary in the Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Esther Ikere Elozai, restates how the program can efficiently deliver child protection services in the country.
Terrorism does not allow for us to address the structural issues, whether it's issues of abuse in the family, whether it's issues of child, issues of ending child marriage, issues of disability, but also now when you look into our context, we have a big number of children living and working on the streets. So humanitarianism does not address those issues because these are deeply rooted societal issues that need intervention of the government, of the community, of the people, of the chiefs, of the local authorities.
UNICEF's Chief for Child Protection, Brenda Rose, says the United Nations agents will support strengthening horizontal coordination across agencies and entities at various levels.
But let's work together on all of this. And so that's just one principle I wanted to say. Again, the honest contributions from everyone here today. Let's keep this honesty. Let's keep these frank discussions. We're all here together for the most vulnerable children in South Sudan.
Before Administrative Area Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare say the program has provided basic knowledge and skills for child protection. She appeals for necessary support for rendering the basic services efficiently.
I know that we can implement more things during after this workshop. Even I sure my colleagues from other states will do the same. We thank UNICEF for supporting us always.
In this program, communities are integral part of child protection systems, and their participation is vital to the success of the system. Abate Simon Godo, SSBC News.
Now, the government has reported a significant decline in revenue collection at the vital Nimule border point, rising concerns over national economic stability. The revelation follows a visit by the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Chair Manyuat John, who inspected numerous institutions in Nimule to assessing the root causes of the drop in revenue collection at the strategic entry point in the country. SSBC's Nyandur Machar reports.
Shortly after arrival in Nimule, Chair Manyuat John and the accompanying team inspected all facilities before proceeding with the staff meeting of Ministry of Trade, the National Revenue Authority, the Economic Intelligence, Clearance Agents, and the National Bureau of Standards. Chair Manyuat encouraged all staff to remain committed to teamwork for accountability and transparency. He once again malpractice in all trade stations.
We are going to have a target because the revenue has dropped. The revenue has dropped in the ministry. And some of you are saying we want incentive and another thing. There is nowhere the ministry can go and generate. This money is generated through revenue collection. Why? How come that the revenue has dropped? It has dropped because some of you here are giving a penalty. You give penalty 10% or 15% of the value of the good, and that businessman will find it easy. Why should I go to the ministry? If at all I can be clear using this amount, 10%, and you go. This is one of the things that is happening.
Majong Akwe, head of the trade station at Nimule, explained constraint in office accommodation for the virus staff. He said provisional appointed staff have overstayed their provocation periods and seeks clarification on full employment in the public service.
I introduced this year for Ministry of Trade, the rest for the standard, and the rest for custom. This year they are not accommodating. All the number of staff who are here, they have those who are appointed permanently by public service.
A member of the trade staff, Abul John, explained how consignment papers were charged on every vehicle entering South Sudan last year. Every member of the staff had a reasonable sum of money for sustaining compared to this year. He suggests for the increasing the charges from 10,000 to 20,000 on every vehicle.
This paper we are writing to clear to let the driver be cleared on the road. Say that this, to know that this work is whatever process are made. This 10,000 was raised last year. Compared to our number now, and the fluctuation in the market is also becoming a challenge. And we expect your authority with your team will also raise our, you will support our initiative of at least pushing it to 20,000 pounds.
Chol Abraham Ngang attributes some of the challenges to smuggling. According to him, goods from the other countries bear trademark, but goods from South Sudan do not, making smuggling easy. The practice depreciates profit for the local traders.
This peak is reaching to, is it going to Congo or via Congo? And if it is going to maybe a world market, what did the Ministry of Trade do in putting a trademark? Are there some measures to be put so that when our hide and skin is going out, is there any way we can tell these people that this is the export from South Sudan?
Bol Majong Makwe, National Revenue Authority Border Attaché, says the Revenue Authority collects fees on provision and fine on goods imported without license from the Ministry of Trade and Industry.
We collect fees. These fees comes in two ways. They come in penalty and then supervision. The penalty is on those exports and imports that have not acquired import license or export license from the ministry. For example, an individual use vehicle. If you buy a vehicle, you cannot be given an import or export license. So you're supposed to be sent to our office for payment.
Bola Pech Adol, Trade License Controller at Numili Station, suggests the introduction of the electronic license controlling to reduce copying license at the different stations along the route.
Our process of recording the license. For example, the same license, if a trader is given import license from the ministry, he will copy the same license and bring the copy to Nimali. The same license, he will take the copy to Kaya and Nadapan, the same to the airport. The license, for example, cigarette, you will find the import license of cigarette, maybe 500 cartons, is already exhausted in the airport. Then you will come back to Nimali and will use the same import license here.
SSBC Nyandur Machara, which coach?
Crossing over to Apenal Estate, where the commissioners of Akoka and Fashoda counties have been urged to lead efforts in enhancing grassroots access to education and medical services as farming activities pick up across the region. A state advisor for security and border relations, Altep Okech Ajak, who made the call, reaffirmed the state government's commitment to fostering security and stability as a foundation for development. In response, both commissioners, including James Cholador of Akoka County, vowed their dedication to improving essential public services across their respective jurisdictions.
الأمن في جودة والأمن في عقوقة يقول رجعين. هنا كيف نوفر الأمن للمواطن بتاعنا البسيط الماشي لأي محل عشان أي زول يشيل المسؤولية بتاعه. وعدا حكومة الولاية على النيل هنا جاهزين عشان نشيل التقرير بتاعه ونعمل مؤتمر في الولاية لمسائل الدقيقة اللي ما بيقولوا في الميدان. هنا السيولة بتاعنا كحركة شعبية هنا مع السلام وهنا مع الاتفاقية. اتفاقية ماضية بس في تدريبات شغل اللي فيه. فجودة وحكوكة توام معلوم تلمان زمان الربيت وقت التربية بتاعي يمكن في مناطق الشروق بداية من لول ومبجورة بالإرقال ناسومي وأنا جيت كده هنا.
The once highly regarded Rumbur Police Training Academy has been vandalized during this year's armed clashes between government forces and rebel elements. The Director General of the Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality Passports and Immigration, General Elia Costa Fastino, visited the Rambur Immigration Training Center on Friday, where he witnessed the extent of the destruction in the area. He reported that all classrooms, dormitories, generators, solar systems, and other essential assets had been destroyed, evidence of the intensity of the clashes. General Fastino condemned what he described as cruel act of destroying a national asset and called on citizens to embrace a spirit of nationalism, unity, and reconciliation for the national prosperity.
All the offices, all the classrooms, and dormitories, and then we found that everything was destroyed totally. So this center was one of our biggest center here in Rambor. We used to train our people here, so it was well equipped. But after this crisis which happened, we came here and found that everything was destroyed, everything was stolen. So the center, as you see, is just like this.
35 faithful received the sacrament of confirmation at the Rakon Diocese of the Episcopal Church of South Sudan in Juba on Sunday. In his homily during the service, Bishop Emmanuel Lomoro urges the congregation to be God-fearing and to promote peace, reconciliation, and unity.
بيمشوا الكلمه بتاعنا لمحلات كله ويقول بيوقفوا ارواح الشرير ارواح اللي تعبوا ناس مدينه تكوبين ده مسؤوليه تكون اساسا بيصير في اسم يسوع المسيح عشان ارواح بتاعنا بقى تو بي set people free. انا قاعد في الحكومه بتاعنا انه الشعب بتاع السودان فعلا في ما في شعب تاني بعالم ده عندهم بيشنس للشعب بتاع السودان. الناس بتاعت السودان صبر شديد زي ناس تانيين بيقول ده صبر ده يفوق صبر بتاع ايوب. فكريتا مهم للشعب بتاع السودان. إن كده منه زي religious leaders إن عنده سلام. وبس ما سلام مربوط بقسمة لكن سلام الحقيقة سلام مربوط.
In related development, 40 children have completed a 3-week Bible study program at the South Sudan Presbyterian Evangelical Church in Lologo, Juba. During the graduation ceremony on Sunday, the children are being awarded gifts in recognition of their dedication. During the event, the pastor in charge, Yagub, our coach, called on parents to appreciate the efforts of the South Sudan Council of Churches and its partners, Samaritans Pass, for their continued support of faith-based programs in the country. Sunday school teacher Luca Tutu explained that the training aimed to equipping children with knowledge of God's word. He added that the gifts were a token of appreciation for the children's commitment to completing the program. A representative of the children also addressed the congregation, encouraging fellow children to participate in church programs and sharing the knowledge.
نحن قاعدين نبذل جهد عشان كيف نقدم خدمة للعيال بتاعنا في الخدمة هنا. لأنه الكنيسة الهدف بتاعه هو أصلا مساعدة بتاع الناس بحاجتين. أولا كلام ربنا ونمرة 2 حاجات عينية. عشان كده انا قاعد ندق الابواب بتاع ربنا. لا ربنا قال دقوا الباب يفتح لكم. وقاعد ندق الابواب فعلا واهل الخير هم قاعدين يدعمونا. عشان كده لقينا الجفت بتاعت الهدايا ده بتاع العيال ده وده من المنظمه بتاع سامرتن من خلال جمعيه او جروب اسمه OCC اللي هو بيساعد بيتعاون مع الكنائس في جوبا هنا.
اخذنا التدريب انه كيف نحن نقدر نوصل رساله للعيال الصغار. اساسا الكلمات التاخيديه انه كيف الرساله بتاع ربنا لازم يوصل للجنه. عشان كده قاعد يورينا انه هديه ده جنه بشيله مره في حياه بتاعه. يعني ما عشان يال قاعد يجي في كنيسه يقعد قاعد يديهم هديه، لكن هديه هو كلام بتاع التبصير انه كيف نحن نقدر نوصل الرساله لاي جنه لو قاعد في حله ولو قاعد في يوتو محل هديه ده ممكن يوصل، لانه الهدف انه كيف ناس يدي حياه بتاعه لربنا.
انا مرتاح عشان انا سيلو هاديان ورساله العيال كلهم ندور في الكنيسه عشان هم بيلقوا هديه زي ما انا لقوا. وكمان انا بودي شكرا لربنا عشان انا لقوا. وانا عندهم بوربا ساكرة من كتاب ماتيو chapter 28 verse 19. It is said, so you must go and make disciples of all nations, baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Now reverting your attention to the country's education, the African Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture is stepping up efforts to implementing an agricultural capacity building program at Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology, especially in fishing skills and the cultivation of sorghum and rice, respectively. The program is part of a larger program currently benefiting more than 174 universities across 40 African countries. The Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, based in Kampala, Uganda, is a consortium of African universities instituted in 2004 to strengthen university capacities, drive innovation, agricultural development, and food systems transformation in Africa. Over the years, the forum has trained thousands of graduates, many of whom now serving in key roles within government institutions, non-governmental organizations, and research organizations.
Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology is a member of RUFORUM. RUFORUM is the Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, and in South Sudan we have 3 member universities, Dr. John Garang being one of them, and University of Juba and Nile University. So under CRAFT program, we are looking at how do we improve the skilling and training of the people of South Sudan in 3 value chains: rice, sorghum, and fisheries. For Dr. John Garang, we are looking at the fisheries subsector and value chain, and we believe that assessing the establishment of the PADAG Fisheries Training Institute will be one way of supporting skilling and training in the fisheries value chain, which is supported by Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology.
As a member of the forum, 125 universities in Africa, the forum has in fact taken initiative to take care of the John Garang University to help in improving.
Now, Turkey is considering expanding its scholarship program for South Sudanese students, particularly those aspiring to specialize in humanitarian fields. This follows a meeting between the Secretary General of the Islamic Council, Dr. Abdallah Barayrual, and the Turkish ambassador to South Sudan, Metin Egin, who reaffirmed the country's commitment to supporting the South Sudan's education sector.
Deliver the letter of congratulations on the occasion of aid, upcoming aid, from the President of the Turkish Religious Affairs there. And we have discussed the past and possible future cooperation between the Council and the Turkish institutions ranging from the Religious Affairs Presidency to educational institutions and other possible areas of cooperation. And hopefully our cooperation will continue.
معه سبل تعزيز العلاقات بين المؤسستين وبالأخص ما يتعلق بالمنهة الدراسية والمجالات المختلفة في التنمية وفي العمل الإنساني. سعادة السفير يعني سعيد جدا بربط المجلس الإسلامي بالمؤسسات التركية ذات الصلة، ولدينا الشرف يكون هذه الزيارة أول زيارة له بعد توليه مهامه، ونشكر عبر الحكومة التركية والشؤون الدينية على العلاقة المتميزة بين المجلس الإسلامي والشؤون الدينية في تركيا ومنظمات أخرى وعلى رأسها التيكا. كل هذه المنظمات تقدم.
Coming up, stakeholders are educating teachers on the importance of artificial intelligence in effective learning. We are going for a break. Stay tuned for more stories coming up. Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. Turning to education and technology. Juba Mahat Al-Helmi Secondary School, in collaboration with the Symbiosis Research Center, is engaging teachers and students on the role of artificial intelligence in enhancing learning in the country. Speaking at the event, Professor Kwai Malakwai from Upper Nile University stresses the importance of artificial intelligence in supporting teaching and academic activities in the country. The headmaster of Juba Mahat Al-Helmi, Rizik Hala Ramadan, highlighted the significance of artificial intelligence for science students, especially improving their understanding of scientific subjects, a statement supported by educational supervisor Osama Ahmed Bade.
I believe artificial intelligence is very important for teachers and students. It helps a lot teachers to design courses, to use it for learning, for studies, for assessment, and the students use it for learning, and the teachers use it for design of courses and for even grading the students' performance. And that's why I'm here, and I'm determined to spread it all around all secondary school in Juba and in other states in South Sudan and at the university level too.
الورشة الليلة مقامة بعنوان الذكاء الاصطناعي مصدر المعرفة بالتعاون مع مؤسسة سيمبيسيوس، والمقدم لهذا البرنامج الدكتور بروفيسور كواي ملاك كواي. ونحن في معهد جبل العلمي اخترنا هذا اليوم 31/5/2025 لإقامة هذه الورشة للطلاب العلميين. كان نحن في رابع علمي ممتحنين وسنة ثالثة علمي، لأنه نحن في عصر التكنولوجيا وفي عصر العلم لابد أنه نكون نتقدم إلى الأمام، ولابد أن نبحث عن المعرفة في أنه تجهيز أبنائنا لمستقبل قوي لجنوب السودان.
فاليوم حصل ورشة تدريبية بالنسبة للمعلمين والطلاب في مدرسة معهد العلمي الثانوي، ومن أهداف الورشة ده إنه التزويد بتاعت المعلمين بالوسائل الحديثة في مجال بتاعت التعليم. وحقيقة الزمان كان المعلمين بيشتغلوا بطريقة تقليدية.
Need for catch improve financial security and lower transactions costs and offering access to service like digital loans in the country. SSBC's Martin Justin reports.
Equity Bank has developed a digital solution that allows its customers to make seamless, secure and instant payments through their Equity mobile app, Pay with Equity, or Dafa Ma Equity in simple Arabic. In his launching address of the digital banking service, the first deputy governor of the central bank, Dr. Adis Ababa Oto, acknowledged the digital transformation initiative is a response to the growing local market needs for cash and secured financial transactions. Currently, more than 80% of the financial transactions are outside the banking system.
Initiatives like Pay with Equity are not just an innovative or innovations. Those are essential. It streamlines the trades, reduce the transaction risk, and enhance the efficiency. The Bank of South Sudan recognized that the robust digital payment ecosystem is a key enabler of a financial inclusion, economic resilience, and private sector growth.
Equity Bank Managing Director James Kaire says the launch of the service confirms the bank's commitment to digital transformation and support all commercial and investment activities, small or large.
This launch reaffirms our commitment to driving digital transformation in South Sudan's financial sector It is not just about technology, it is about inclusion, access and enabling economic growth for SMEs, micro merchants and large enterprises alike. To our merchants and customers, we say thank you for your continued trust. With Pay with Equity solution, we are giving you a tool that is reliable, efficient and secure, built for all your needs and designed for today and the future.
The head of payments at Equity Bank, Anthony Ndiruto, elaborates on the features of the new digital service.
Very significant milestone in our journey towards smarter, faster, more inclusive digital payments. So Pay with Equity, it's not just a payment feature. It is a commitment to simplicity, security, and convenience in everyday transactions.
Bank client and business person Ayokwal spoke about her experiences with this service during the trial period.
I've been using the new Equity app for some times now before the launching, and I can tell you it's very nice because the clients don't have to carry the money in bulk. It makes the whole process very easy, and anybody can use it to make the payment process very swift. It's very fast also, and when you do the payment, it goes directly to the account, which also helps the business people. We don't have to go to the bank and do the banking.
This new program of Equity Bank, which has been launched, is useful for the following retailers and services who are looking for the digital payment solutions, which includes general shops, hardware shops, restaurants, boda and tuk-tuk businesses, fuel stations, advocates, and many more. Martin Justin Paul Kose, SSBC, Juba.
Now, in national sports news, jubilant celebrations erupted in Juba City as Jammus FC sealed the championship title of the South Sudan Premier League. Their resounding 5-1 victory over Hilal, while it highlighted their dominance on the field and secured their place in the prestigious African Champions League. This triumph not only underscores the team's exceptional talent, but also marks a historic milestone in the country's football journey. Individual brilliance was also recognized, including Christopher Kiria of Koryombor as a top scorer, Goodwill Yugusuk from Katur as best goalkeeper, George Rodriguez of Jammus FC as best player for his pivotal role in the team's success, and Jean-Claude Loboko, head coach of Jammus FC, honored as best coach, is testament to his leadership and strategic excellence. As Jammus FC prepares to represent South Sudan on the continental stage, Katur FC this season round-up will also represent the country in the CAF Confederation Cup. This remarkable season is a testament to the growing talent and passion for football in the country. The South Sudan Football Association expresses appreciation to all clubs, the wider football fraternity and sponsors for their persistent support, noting that such collective contributions have been instrumental in promoting unity and engagement within the country and beyond.
The trophy with the fair, the trophy has been celebrated. That is Jammus, the first ever Premier League title.
Still in sport, the inaugural Kajokeji Unity Football Tournament has kicked off at Rock City Playground in Juba, underscoring the vital role of sports in promoting peace and unity across the country. The event brings together 8 Juba-based football teams representing numerous Payams of Kajokeji County.
let this initiative not end here in Juba. Through the chairperson or the chairman of the community, the intellectual and the political leaders of Kajukeji, and maybe let other states or let other counties of Central Equatoria emulate this example. Organize yourself. Let us hear next that there's an inter-Payam tournament in Kajukeji. Transfer this concept back home because the population down there is so much traumatized, and it needs activities that can help in healing the trauma that they are suffering from.
Let the unity of the Kajukeji people, wherever you are, let it continue. Let the purpose for which unity is being sought continue to be pursued, because it's strength. When you are strong, nothing can defeat